Assalamualaikum and hi. This week kita akan sambung lagi chapter 5 ni, but we will look into the stability calculation. A retaining wall is said to be stable if a limit state set out are not exceeded. As you see, sebabkan dia ada limit state yang I ajar masa last week. Ada limit state sebab dia ada 5 failure criteria. Sliding, overturning, bearing pressure and such ada 5. Jadi kita akan tengok what we have to look at one by one, so that we must make sure that those limit state not being exceeded lah. If they exceed, dia akan fail. Therefore, a number of calculation must be made as follows. Calculation weight and lateral thrust. One thing, kita kena kira weight of the wall because kita nak calculate downward acting force, maksudnya the gravity itself campur dengan mass of the wall yang akan stabilizekan the retaining wall, and lateral thrust forces yang acting at the back of the wall itulah, whether it is wind, whether it is liquid or whether it is granular materials. You have to determine the position of the ground reaction, which means that because of those forces acting on the wall, jadi daripada combination of forces acting downward and forces acting ke face of the wall tu akan ada total forces lah, maksudnya forces semua sekali kat mana sebenarnya position dia yang akan acting dekat ground tu sendiri. Forces tu yang akan maybe menyebabkan wall tu akan overturn, wall tu akan tenggelam dan sebagainya. Kita kena tengok kat mana position on the ground reaction. Determine the ground bearing pressure. So you must make sure that the allowable bearing pressure not being exceeded. Kalau exceed, ground tu akan collapse, which means dia akan bring you punya retaining wall collapse jugalah. Determine the factor of safety against overturning. Kita kena tengok on overturning punya calculation, whether retaining wall tu akan flip, overturn, terpusing atau tak. Determine the factor of safety against sliding. So whether the friction provided dekat ground tu, is it enough to make sure that the retaining wall will be stable and it will not slide. So this is the determination of the position of ground reaction. You akan kena calculate ni semua, meaning the total weight of the wall lah. Cross section of the wall is like this. So kalau you nak kira area, it is much easier for you untuk divide ganda into two different area. So you akan kira area 1 dan area 2, berapa berat on each area. So that's why ada W1 and W2. And then another thing is another forces yang acting, lateral thrust. So you have PA, whether it is liquid or whether it is granular material or wind pressure. Kita kena kira on this force juga Kita nak cari daripada these two forces, one daripada the weight of the wall itself and another one daripada lateral forces. Combination of those two, dekat mana sebenarnya ground reaction dia, whether it is here, yang this one, this is step type of retaining wall. This step type, as you see, you have, because you nak kira area, so it is much easier you kira for one area retaining wall you than this one and this is the retaining wall, divide into two, so W1 and W2. Since you have another area dekat sini untuk kira for weight, walaupun dia soil, but this soil actually help to stabilize the retaining wall sebab berat soil ni dia sit on the base of this retaining wall, so it helps to stabilize jadi that's why ada W3 dekat sini. So this is for the step type of retaining wall. Let's say there is a soil dekat belakang ni, tolong sekali to stabilize the retaining wall, so we consider it as the weight of the wall also So the position of the ground reaction, okay, this is the formulas you need to memorize X ni position ground of ground reaction from B. So where is B? So basically you have toe and heel. Let's say the retained materials is at the back of the wall like this. So this is soil, for example. A is here, so A is at toe and heel is at B Jadi kita akan kira position of ground reaction daripada B. So kat mana sebenarnya lah, from all the forces yang acting here combine together, dia akan going down like this. So kat mana sebenarnya position dia daripada point B. Berapa meter daripada sini. Formula dia B minus B ni adalah base length, which means this is B. Kalau 3 meter then it is 3 meter. Total moment O, total overturning moment. Forces yang mana yang overturn, yang akan overturnkan this retaining wall, which means lateral forces ni lah yang menyebabkan retaining wall you akan overturn. So you akan kira moment that caused by this force. Daripada soil ni dia akan hasilkan moment. So berapa moment dia? So itu adalah total overturning moment. You have total stabilizing moment. Yang help to stabilize the retaining wall is, one is this retaining wall ni punya weight sendiri, and another one is kalau katakan this is topsoil, so ini pun termasuk juga soil yang sit on top of the retaining wall pun akan help to stabilize. Jadi moment from these two forces yang akan help to stabilize retaining wall, ini yang kita kira. You dividekan with total vertical forces. The total vertical forces adalah these stabilizing forces lah. When we find the position of ground reaction, we need to calculate the ground bearing pressure. Kita nak tahu berapa sebenarnya ground pressure dekat retaining wall yang dihasilkan daripada forces acting on the retaining wall, so that kita tahu whether the ground can support the retaining wall or not. Kat mana-mana pun tanah ni dia ada maximum pressure dia boleh support. So we must look at berapa sebenarnya maximum, so that whatever that acting on the retaining wall tak exceed that value. So that's why kita cari this ground bearing pressure. This is the formula. QA/B equal to V over B plus minus 6VE over B square. Apa maksud slash ni? Meaning that if you see that QA, it means that V over B plus 6VE over B square, and QB is V over B minus 6VE over B square. V here means the resultant ground reaction, ataupun dia adalah total vertical forces, which is yang kalau you tengok dalam previous formula, we also call it as RV. This one, total RV ni lah total vertical forces. V tu pun adalah benda yang sama, vertical forces juga. But here we call it as total resultant ground reaction. Sama je total vertical forces. Over B, so B is the base length. Plus minus, so 6V ni benda yang sama. So E ni adalah eccentricity. If you have this kind of retaining wall, so you dah cari berapa value X, which is the position of the ground reaction. For example, position of the ground reaction dekat sini. So this is X. You akan kira, for example, you ada retaining wall like 3 meter 3 meter length dia punya base ni. Okay. Jadi 3 meter daripada sini, this is 1.5 meter because of you just bagi 2 je dapat dia punya betul-betul dekat tengah daripada 3 meter ni. E ni adalah eccentricity ni is this one. Berapa beza X ni dengan setengah daripada B. So senang cerita, E is X minus B over 2. Jadi you bagi 2 berapa jarak base. Kalau kata 3 meter divide by 2, then it is 1.5. So X minus 1.5. You akan dapat berapa value eccentricity. Divide by B square. So B square ni adalah base length. So that's the formula for the ground bearing pressure. There is another condition for ground bearing pressure. We look at the middle third rule. Bila you kira ground bearing pressure, dia based on middle third rule ni. Formula mana you nak pakai? Because if you see here kat sini pun ada another formula for ground bearing pressure. You nampak huruf Q ni, you tahu this is ground bearing pressure punya formula. Formula yang ni walaupun nampak ada 2, you boleh pakai mana-mana lah between these two. Jawapan you akan sama. But from these two, you ada formula yang sebelum ni juga. So you nak tentukan whether you nak pakai this formula, ground bearing pressure QA/B ni, ataupun you nak pakai this formula. Dia based on middle third rule. Value QB dia memang kosong. So because you dah kira X equal to berapa. For example here, I buat this kind of retaining wall. You have to divide dia into 3. I punya contoh ni base dia 3 meter. So you divide dia, ini A, ini B, lah kosong, 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. Position of ground reaction which is X equal to 1.6 meter. Okay, which means the within the middle third. Termasuk masih lagi dalam middle third. Middle third tu dekat mana yang ini. Whatever number inside here, dia adalah middle third antara tengah-tengah ni. You dah bagi 3, yang duduk dekat tengah-tengah ni adalah middle third. Let's say you dapat 1.6, dia masih lagi between 1 meter ke 2 meter. Maksudnya dia masih lagi middle third. So when it is still inside the middle third, you akan pakai formula yang dekat belakang ni. This formula is if it's inside middle third. However, if you dapat bukan 1.6, contohnya I bagi X equal to 2.1 meter. It is already outside. Dia dah exit, dia dah duduk dekat sini lebih kurang. You have to use this formula. X is equal to 2.1 outside middle third. You akan pakai this formula to calculate the ground bearing pressure. Formula for overturning, F over F ni, it means that factor of safety against overturning equal to stabilizing moment divided by overturning moment. Moment yang dihasilkan daripada vertical forces, you akan dividekan dengan moment yang dihasilkan oleh lateral forces ataupun horizontal forces. Another one we have sliding. Factor of safety against sliding is equal to mu. This one we call it as mu V over P. Mu ni equal to tangent delta. Delta ni adalah angle of wall friction. Kat bawah ni kan ada friction, which is what we call as RS lah, friction. Dia dihasilkan daripada angle of wall friction ni lah. Friction daripada wall ni dia bertemu dengan ground, dia akan menghasilkan friction. Formula dia sebenarnya adalah Fs sama dengan Rs divide P. Rs ni adalah friction. So friction ni adalah bersamaan dengan mu darab dengan V. That will be all for today's recorded video. Thank you so much and bye.